She's doing it again. I'm back with an ASMR video. I haven't done this in so long, and I listen to ASMR every night, so I'm like, let's bring it back. Let's run it back. Alright, it's time. So I just got back from California, and I had a little 4th of July weekend there with one of my best friends. And I'm not gonna lie, I have like the post-trip depression today. It was such an incredible trip, like so spontaneous, so fun, so flirty, so just everything you want a trip to be. So I thought today to kind of like re-spark my serotonin, because the levels are low, ladies. The levels are low. I would talk about my current obsessions. Now, most of these obsessions are going to be kind of pop culture based, but we're going to get into some lifestyle, whatever obsessions first. Also, if you notice, I have a little upper lip sweat started already. I don't know if you can see it, and I'm not going to like really try to show you because I don't want y'all to see my upper lip sweat. But it is currently 100 and how freaking hot is it right now? We're in Arizona, so I'm in Phoenix, Arizona, and it is currently 107 degrees. It was like 112 yesterday, so the heat is ablaze in here, okay? I don't even want to go outside. I don't even want to get in my car. Like, I'm in a parking garage, and my car still feels like it's been sitting in the sun. It's like a sauna in there. Point being, I had to turn my AC off so I could film this video. And this thing's like a hot box. It's just any moment the heat could rise and we could be in a sauna real quick here. So I'm gonna try to like not visibly sweat, because I know y'all don't want to see that unless you do. I mean, the world is weird. I can't predict what people are into nowadays. So if y'all want to see me visibly sweat, keep watching. If you don't, close your eyes. It's ASMR anyways. Like, you don't need to keep seeing my face. I say that as if I didn't do like a full beat before this video and like really prepare the fit and everything. I pulled this shirt out of my luggage, and I'm not gonna lie, it has there's some alcohol stains on it, but I was like, I love this color, I love this vibe, I feel like this is what I need in this moment, so I'm just not gonna smell her, because if I smell that vodka, because if I smell that vodka soda with lime, it may bring me back, and I may have to yak, and I'm looking like I just had an attack, asthma. But anyways, so let's get this serotonin up, let's get the vibes good. We're just gonna talk about some things that I love and that I've been loving for the past couple of months, or even, hey, the past couple of days. I feel like I have I feel like a lot of people right now, I think, because of like TikTok and how fast things move, like we're quick to obsess really quickly and quick to get over. You know, I had my BTS phase back in 2020, and it lasted a solid 2 years, but now I couldn't even tell you what they've been doing for the past 5 months. I fell out real quick. So my obsessions come and go, but I just love to talk about them, because I also just want other people to relate. Like, if you've been obsessed with these things too, let's talk about it. Okay, first thing, which is kind of obvious, and most of you probably already know what I'm going to say if you've been watching some of my old vlogs or my newer vlogs. Peso Pluma. And this obsession started when I was watching the Brittany Broski podcast, and I've really been getting into Latin music, like Rosalia, Bad Bunny, all those guys. And she mentioned Peso Pluma and showed like a couple videos and a picture, and I was like, oh, okay. Like, immediately I thought he was fine. Like, he's a very attractive man, but when I heard his music, I was shook. It is not the type of voice that you would expect to come out of this man. I was expecting, like, I know this is totally unrelated, but like, I thought I was going to get more of like a Central C vibe from his music, like very, I don't know, that's the only person I can think to compare him to, but I was like getting like a Central C vibe, and I more got like old Mexican man who's been smoking a pack for the past 40 years. Like, his voice is very different, and also that type of music is not usually like what I would listen to. But let me tell you, let me tell you, I'm gonna be the first to admit it. I just listened to his music at first because I thought he was really attractive. I was like, oh, sexy man, sexy voice, like whatever. And I don't think I was actually really into the music, but the more I listened to it, the more I was like, shit, I'm getting down with this. But I'll be the first to admit, if you're hot, I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna listen. And I think most people will too. So, yeah, I started listening to some of his music. Obviously, La Bebe was like my all-time fave when it first came out. Just because his voice is so like, he usually has like a lot more, I feel like he has like this intensity to his voice. It's like I don't know how to explain it. But in La Bebe, it's like softer, it's more like intimate, it's suave. It's kind of what I expected more from his music. And so I loved that song. And he just came out with his new album. I would say my favorite song by him right now is the one that he did with Bizarre Rap. It's called, I can't even tell you what it's called, but go watch the music video. I'll link it, actually. But Jesus, Christ. Sorry, it felt like really intense to say Christ after that. Like, I don't know, that was just a lot. But I watched that video and oh my god, I was beaming. I was sitting on my couch right here just beaming. Like, because he starts out and he's just having a good time. He's there smiling. He's getting down. He knows what he's doing though. He's got all the women with them pearly whites. And he got me too. But he's also coming to Arizona in like 2 weeks. And god damn it, them tickets are so expensive. They're so expensive. But that's the thing, for good seats, it's really expensive. There were some seats that were like $3,000. I was like, bruh. How do you say bruh in Spanish? Because that's what I'd be saying. That's insane. That's like literally 2 months rent for me. So I don't know if I can like justify that just to see him for a couple hours. But I'm really contemplating. I'm like, damn, when is the next time I'm gonna see him? Like, I just don't know if I can justify that. And if I see him, I have to get good tickets. I can't be in the nosebleeds. Like, I want to see and feel. I want to see and feel the cocaine just like pulsing through his veins. You know what I mean? And one of my coworkers, she's from Mexico, and she said that when he was first like popping off, she got tickets for like $50 to one of his concerts. And I'm like, goddamn, I missed him. Also, I'm sorry if I keep saying goddamn, but like that's been me and my friend Mary's like go-to word recently is goddamn. But you have to say it with like some oomph. And I think, low-key, that's why my throat kind of hurts. It's like all weekend we were saying goddamn, goddamn, goddamn. But like we really throated it. Like that thing came from our core, from our soul, from our, the depths of our heart. That came from. Like it wasn't coming from anywhere up here out of the mouth. Like it was, I felt that word when it came out. And I think it's coming to bite me in the butt because my throat is killing me now. But yeah, so Peso Pluma, I love that man. And I do have a bit of a story about this man that is, I wouldn't say embarrassing, it's just more funny. I feel like I don't get embarrassed by a lot of things now because I'm like, this is me. I'm not gonna like act like me being a little fangirl is embarrassing because like, guess what? I enjoy it, so whatever. But there was a time that my friend Mary and I went to this club in downtown Phoenix, and we went inside, we were having the drinks, like we were flowing, the night was good. And I think I love downtown Phoenix because they will play the Latin music. Like they got that shit on lock, okay? And if you request them to play like Bad Bunny, Peso Pluma, any of those, they're gonna play it. Like there's no hesitation. Whereas in Old Town, I had to beg a DJ to play Peso Pluma. And even then he played 15 seconds and then it was like back into house music. I was like, bruh, can we get some flavor, some culture up in here? So yeah, Scottsdale's not the vibe for Latin music, but downtown Phoenix, if you're looking for a spot, has some really good clubs that play good Latin music. So we go to this club and we were probably there for about an hour, and so I'm a little turnskis, I'm not gonna lie. And I go up to the DJ and I say, hey, can you play Peso Pluma? And he's like, I got you. So he plays, oh God, what the frick is that song called? It's like Con Bailo, whatever. Con Bailo, Celo, Wala Wala Wala. It was one of his first songs. man. Not so fake, he was my most recent search. So he proceeds to play El Baila Sola, El Baila Sola, El Baila Sola, El Baila Sola. And I don't know what came over me, and I can't explain it to this day. I can try to understand it, but who knows. So he proceeds to play that song, and I'm standing right in front of the DJ booth with my friend Mary. She's my BFF, my go-to, my girly, my gal, my baby cakes, my home girly. And the minute Peso came onto that song, I started sobbing, like hardcore sobbing my eyes out. And I think in the moment I was like, oh my God, I'm just so proud of him. Like, nobody, like, to start from so small and to see where he is now. And also everybody in the club, like, erupted when they started playing his music. So just knowing that, like, his popularity here has grown so much that he's, like, really doing his thing and he's working and he's getting it. Yeah, so I think I was so proud of him in that moment. I think that's why I was crying. Who knows? Maybe I was suppressing something earlier that week and it like came out. But then to add to that, I get nosebleeds a lot, especially in Arizona. I think because it's so dry here. I wake up almost every morning with a nosebleed, and I also think it's because I turn my AC to like 68, and I have that shit cold. One thing about me, I'd rather be shivering and shaking than sweating in my sleep. Those kind of bars. So, as I'm sobbing over Peso Pluma, Mary was like, what's going on? What's going on? She's like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah. In the middle of my sob sesh, my nose starts bleeding. So I'm just liquidating out of every orifice at that point in the front, right in front of the DJ. And so Mary's like, oh my God, like trying to wipe my tears. I'm trying to wipe my nose. And listen, I can say, oh, it's because, the weather, I'm emotional, whatever. I think the spirit of Peso Pluma took over my body in that moment. Homeboy likes to dabble in the cocaine. And from what I know about that is it gives you hella nosebleeds if you're doing it a lot. So, not from personal experience, alright? I've seen movies. I ain't doing the cocaine. So I think his spirit was taking over me, and it was like showing what Peso Pluma would feel in that moment, So that's what I like to tell myself that moment meant. So I was a bit of a mess. But then to add on top of the story, I go back to that same club about 2 weeks later just to make like a little reservation for a birthday party or whatever. And I'm standing in line to talk to the girl, the girl who does reservations or whatever. And one of the security guards comes up to me and he's like, hey, come here. And I was like, yeah, what's up? And he goes, so tell me, have you cried over Peso Pluma in the past couple of days? And I was like, you saw that? And he's like, yeah, I was working security that night at the DJ booth and I saw you just sobbing your eyes out at the front right there over Peso Pluma. Sorry, I had to have a quick angle change there because the sun is going down and I'm yelling timber and I had to fix the shades. So, but anyways, I just told him, I was like, actually no, I think that was a one and done. Like I just had to get my emotions out because I think after watching all of his past videos, like, I get so happy when I hear and see him. It makes me emotional. But I don't regret anything. I'm going to show my love in however many ways that I choose to, whether it's my nose bleeding or my eyes tearing. So that is my first obsession. And obviously from how much I just talked about that, like, it's real and it's thriving right now. This next obsession is a little different, but Metro Boomin. I finally deep dove into his most recent album, and homeboy is talented. Like, I think I really got into him because I was listening to Too Many Nights with him and Don Toliver, and don't even get me started about that music video. I'm linking that as well because that music video is insanity and it's so good, and I watch it and I feel happy and I feel turned, I feel lit, I feel every good emotion you can feel. And it's because it's just so strange but so good at the same time, because when they first started, Donnie's why'd I just call him Donnie? I don't know him like that. Dawn is dancing dancing. He's doing like a weird like Irish hip hop jig with his legs, and his legs are moving like different direct. I don't know. It's just goofy looking. So I was like, oh, okay, they had fun with this. But then right as like the beat drops, it's like them like slow-mo walking into the club. And every time I listen to that song, that's exactly how I pictured. Like that is exactly the picture I had in my head when I heard that part of the song. And then you think they're done. You think like, oh, you know, it's just like a normal club video, whatever. No, Don is still like doing his little dance or whatever. But then to add on to it, randomly, like 2/3 into the video, A$AP Rocky makes an appearance and he's like dancing all goofy too. Like there's one part where he does this weird like jig and it's so goofy looking, it's so funny, but it's still cool. Because to me, I'm like, oh, if somebody can be goofy, like it's hot to me because I'm like, oh, they don't take themselves too seriously, like they're having fun. And then they like accidentally trip and fall through the set, like it's so. But then there's like strippers and then they're like sipping on lean while recording like it's everything I want and more. Not to do, but to watch in a video. It's just very entertaining. And I saw like what Metro Boomin looked like for the first time. Why'd nobody tell me? Why did nobody tell me? Why did nobody tell me? Why did nobody tell me? He's a very fine man. He's a very fine man. And then after, I was kind of going through his discography to kind of see like what other songs has he produced. Bitch, I didn't know he produced Faith by The Weeknd. That song, I know for this year when I get my Spotify Wrapped, that song is going to be on repeat. That's going to be my number one because that song, everything about it is just, it's perfection. It's so good. And knowing that he produced that, I'm like, oh my god, like I knew that song I've been listening to nonstop before I even knew that like Metro produced it. And so I'm like, wow, it makes sense. No wonder I love all like, and there was just so many after that where I was like, I didn't know he produced this and this and this. He has so many good songs out there that I didn't even realize that he like contributed to. And the thing about Faith, I'm gonna get real vulnerable right now, okay? Don't judge me. But I just like would fully immerse myself in that song. I would put in my AirPods, okay? I'd lay on this bed right here. And I would just like create stories in my head and like create fantasies of whatever that went along with that song. And I would listen to it on repeat and keep like playing the fantasies in my head. And it was just so good. And I could like feel that song in my soul. So I've just kind of been on like a Metro Boomin kick and watching all of it. Like, I really underestimated him. And I didn't appreciate like all of the good hits that he had out there. And I'm not gonna lie, I haven't really fully dove into his album. But I'm about to. And I watched a lot of interviews with him because I was like, why is he kind of cute? Let me tell you something. If somebody's attractive, I'm going to watch. I don't know if we made that clear yet or not, but I'm going to watch solely based off the fact that, like, they're nice to look at. Like, honestly, that's why I watch the Kardashians a lot because, like, I just love looking at their faces. I'm like, wow, masterpieces. Like, their faces, their hair, their fits. Like, it's just intriguing, you know? It's intriguing to look at something so, like, perfection. So yeah, Metro Boomin. Love that guy, gotta love him. My last obsession that is like pop culture related is, y'all don't hate me, The Idol. The Idol is a show with The Weeknd and Lily Rose Depp. I'm sure, honestly, if you're watching this video, you're into the pop culture. You know what the premise is, you know what it's about. I still haven't watched the last episode. I think I'm gonna watch it after this. And it's weird. It's very weird. I'm only comfortable watching it by myself, to be honest. Like, but here's the thing. It's so bad and so cringe and so whatever that I love it. It's like, it's so ridiculous, but it goes to show like this is what drama and theater and acting is about. It's like entertaining people, and I'm entertained, and I know everybody else is too because they're all watching it and all giving it the terrible reviews, whatever, but like, you know damn well when it's on, you are entertained. So, obviously the storyline can be like really triggering for a lot of people and, you know, intense, but like, bro, I feel is really shedding light on what happens in Hollywood a lot. And I'm like, I feel like they're trying to like show us like this is real. It might look crazy and ridiculous and scary and terrible, but like it's real and it's happening and it's going on. And I don't have like TikTok or anything, so I haven't seen the deep dives on it, but like just from my perspective, I feel like a lot of women like Lily Rose who are in the industry who have a lot of trauma are taken advantage of like that. And to like the extreme levels that she's been taken advantage of in the show. And I almost think like people hate on it because they don't want to like think about, oh shit, this could be like really happening. They just want to talk about how ridiculous it is in The Weeknd's rat tail, which that is ridiculous. But guys, I think they wanted to show that like even creepy, weirdo, rapey vibes like The Weeknd, like who have the freaking rat tails and are doing like all this crazy shit, can like take advantage of super powerful, talented women in the industry. Like they have ways of manipulation, and I don't know. I'm eating it up. I'm eating up every second. It makes me cringe. It makes me like, oh, ooh. It gives me like very visceral reactions, and like, yo, if a show can do that, like, bravo, y'all are, I don't know. So I just like it, and I'm sorry, the soundtrack, I have been, every song that comes out is a bop, and I got on my playlist. I got on my summer playlist, girl. Like, I'm listening to it nonstop, popular. Like, come on now, they're bangers. You gotta admit. And I just love the cast. I love everything about it. I just think like also, bro, why can't we just watch a show and be like, whoa, shit? Everybody's gotta be like a deep dive on why the show is terrible for, it's like, bro, it's entertainment. Like, you're entertained. It doesn't have to be like so, I don't know. I sometimes I do wish that some people could just watch a show and like either hate it or love it and just be like, all right, I didn't really care for it. But like, they always have to find like something bad about it that like discredits the entire show or the actors in it. I'm like, bro, they worked hard on the show and put a lot of time into it, and they're just gonna be like, oh, it's shit and it's this. And I mean, I don't know. To me, I think if they can make people react like this, it's art in a way. Even me now, I'm like scared to say that I don't hate the show, okay? It's weird and it's odd and it's different and whatever. But like, I don't want people to be like, oh my god, you don't get it, girl. Maybe I don't want to get it. Maybe I just want to watch a show and be entertained, you know what I'm saying? Okay, we're gonna get into my more niche obsessions now, okay? So, this first one, we're gonna have a little tapping experience, okay? My shitting pills. These pills are crazy, okay? It's more of like a detox cleanse pill, and my mom gave it to me because my digestion was really bad and I couldn't really find anything that was working. And if I take like 2 of these a week, or just any time that I'm feeling like really backed up, I'm feeling a little like I got a rock in my stomach, these things are incredible. It's called Youth and Tonic 15-day cleanse. Yeah, I will say though, don't like plan on doing a lot the day before. You take them at night, and then the next day it's just like it's flowing like Niagara Falls, all right? So I would say like don't plan anything, because I did make the mistake of taking these on my trip, and there was one day where I was a little backed up, and I took them, and then the next day it was like every bar we'd go to, I was like, where's the bathroom? Where's the bathroom? Where's the bathroom? Where's the bathroom? Like, I was in and out, like the burger. And, you know, it was a little bit of an inconvenience, but like, whatever. I still lived, I still had fun, I still got the drinky wankies. But yeah, that Youth and Tonic, that Youth and Tonic, it went right through me like Lightning McQueen. It was a speed master. But they're really good just for like any sort of cleanse you want to do there. So great. You just take confession is this book. It's called Along the Infinite Sea. This book is incredible, bro. It got me back into reading. It got me back into my intellectual self. Like, it reignited, like, my excitement for love, because the way that this is written is so beautiful and so, like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, every time I would read a chapter, I would just, like, my heart would feel so, like, full and so giddy almost. It was so weird, but I'm gonna give you a summary of the book. It's got Nazis, it's got Jews, it's got love triangles, it's got yachts, it's got violence. It has so many twists and turns, and the way that, like, it's about two different women, but the way that their stories are, like, intertwined together is just it's so perfect and effortless, and it makes sense, and it's just, it's beautiful. And yes, this is an ASU book, and it's about 2 years overdue, and I need to turn this out in. But, you know, I, like, almost can't part with it. I'm like, Beatrice Williams. I'm on, like, a Beatrice Williams kick now, because I just love the way she writes is so beautiful that I'm like, I need more of this. I'm going to give a bit of a summary, so if you're interested in reading this book, skip this part, or just go to sleep. Get out of here. Go to bed. We're about 20 minutes in. You should be asleep by now. Unless you have insomnia. So if you have insomnia or you don't care to read and you just want to hear the summary, hello there. Hey, baby cakes. We're going to get into a reading summary. A little book summary, if you will. So the book is about this girl, Annabelle, So the book is about these two women, Annabelle and Pepper, and their lives somehow kind of come together. And Annabelle grew up in about, like, the 1930s when the Nazi war was going on. And she was in love. And her father, I can't remember what he did. See, this is what I pick out the important topics in the book, alright? Her father was very wealthy, though, and he had, like, a house on the coast. A house along the infinite sea. And there's one day where Annabelle has, like, a bit of experience being a nurse and stuff like that. She knows the medical field. She's a smart little cookie. And there's one evening where her brother comes to her in, like, a panic, and he's like, Annabelle, I need you right now. And she doesn't really question it. She's like, okay. So she follows him to the edge of the coast where there's a man sitting on the rocks with a gunshot in his leg. And he's like, yo, I need medical help ASAP, alright? And there's a doctor on my yacht along the infinite sea. So they're like, yo, Annabelle, like, I know you know a little bit of, like, nursing, whatever. Can you, like, tie a tourniquet or whatever? I don't know. Can you do your thing and take him to his yacht? So she kind of, like, addresses the wound and then takes him out to his yacht on a little rowboat. They get to his yacht. The doctor treats his leg. He looks at Annabelle and he's like, you're beautiful, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, yeah, you're just delusional right now because you're losing a lot of blood, you know? Anyways, they get on his yacht. His doctor treats his leg, but she has to stay on the yacht for about 2 weeks to kind of, like, nurse him back to health. And they've got a spark. They've got a little something. Like, there is something between them, and they both feel it, and they both know it. Oh, and this guy's name is Stefan. God, what a sexy name. I'm sorry, but if a Stefan came up to me, I'd be like, let's go. Where's the chapel? It's time. So Stefan, she nurses him back to health, and he reveals to her that, you know, he's a Jew, and that he kind of alludes to the fact that a Nazi, potentially, it was like a hate crime, and that they shot him. So they're on the boat, and it's about 2 weeks finally when he is fully healed and she can go. So she goes back to her dad's house and she's like, God damn, I want some of that Stefan. I want a little Stefan loving, but they never did anything. They had late nights together where they would like sit on the patio and drink or whatever, but nothing ever happened. And so then she takes her little boat back to her dad's house along the infinite sea. Now on the coast, and her dad, when she gets back home, is packing to go back to Paris. And she's like, yo, why are we going to Paris? And he's like, oh, we got business there, we gotta go. And she's like, nope, I thought I was gonna have like a hot girl summer with Stefan. Like his yacht is right out there. I was gonna go back and forth, like chill with Mr. Stefan. He's like, nope, we're going back to Paris, baby girl. So she's all sad about it. And she, right before they're about to leave, she's on the rocks looking for Stefan's yacht. Like, I need one last little look. And as she turns around, Stefan is on the rocks. He's like, baby girl, you thought I was gonna leave without saying goodbye. So he like takes her in, they kiss, they embrace. It finally, like, oh my God, they finally did it. Like, this is what we were waiting for. And then, yo, they did the nest on the rocks. On the rocks. Like, ow, but kind of hot, you know? So, yeah, that was kind of the deal with Stefan. But then the story, I'm just gonna give you that much, okay? Because then there is a Nazi who's also in love with her and is trying to like fight for her love, but she's always been in love with Stefan. And I don't want to go too much into it because low-key, I might butcher the summary because I may forget some major details. And if that's not enough to entice you, like, I don't know what is. But the way that Beatrice writes, it like gets you excited for like romance and love. And yeah, I would love, I don't know, there's just something about that book that I was like reinvigorated for life. So that was my obsession last month, I would say. So, and ever since then, now I got a library card. Like, who am I? And the lady at the library is such a little cutie. Like, she gets so excited about books. And they have like a competition going on about like how many books you can read for the summer. And she was like trying to get me to join. And I was like, whoa. Listen here, Betsy, I'm a newbie, all right? It's gonna take me a second, but she just gets so excited over books, and the library is freaking sick, okay? The libraries in Scottsdale are insane, and for a while, I was like, how is all this free? And I'm like, taxpayer money. Totally forgot that we pay for libraries, so, but still, so like take advantage of the things that your taxers are going to. Roads and libraries. Go on a drive to the library and really like take that money back, you know what I'm saying? So I know that was only 5 things that I'm obsessed with, and I could go even deeper into all of them, but listen here, baby cakes, if you ain't asleep by now, I think you're a lost cause. No, I'm kidding. You're gonna be okay. And I remember growing up, when I couldn't get to sleep on time, I would like count down the hours and be like, oh my God, I have to be up in this many hours. Listen here, if you're sleepy tomorrow, is that gonna be the end of the world? I don't think so. I think you'll be okay. Because that's what I tell myself. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just be tired tomorrow. We've all gone through those days, and you can do it. I truly believe in you. You're gonna get through it. So, yeah. So that was guys, that's my first ASMR video I've done in a hot minute. And I'm gonna link everything that I talked about in the bottom bar so you can join the club and get obsessed. Thank you guys for watching. Sleep tight, little sugar plums. Get some good shut-eye. And I think I'm going to do these again. Because, this is like relaxing me. I finally feel like calmed down now. So, love y'all. Sleep tight. I'll talk to you soon.